Today we're going to the Maldives, and instead of paying 1,000 euros per night, we're spending 60 euros per night. Where? In this paradise island called Ihavandhippolhu. If you're like us and love getting a local experience out of your holiday while keeping it cheap, you've come to the right place. However, if you're into touristic traps and mainstream tourism and have all the money in the world, this guide is not for you. I'm Orlando and you're watching WishCasting. We do world travel guides and try to get you traveling for free by joining Emirates. Join our tutorials and travel guides every Wednesday and Sunday at 5 p.m. plus 2 GMT. Throughout our 4-episode travel guide, we'll guide you through the famously known white sandbank, perfect for sunbathing, picnics, snorkeling, or simply to brag about. These white sandbanks are comparable to paradise thanks to their white and blue contrasty colors. Hanifaru Bay and its mantas, whale sharks, and beautiful protected biosphere will offer you snorkeling and secret location tips. The island of Ihavandhippolhu, its surroundings, and the best, cheapest places to stay overnight. 50 euros for a double room per night. I'm not kidding. A brief introduction of what are the Maldives, how many islands it's made of, and how to choose the best atoll depending on the activities you want to do. Super crazy cheap restaurants where only locals go, stuffing your face with fish curry, coconut sauce, and tons of fried starters for only $3. No tourists since the place we chose are very basic, lacking air conditioning, music, or any fancy aesthetics. There is so much to talk about, that's why we've decided to divide this travel guide into 4 episodes. First episode, an introduction to the Maldives. Second episode is do's and don'ts. Third episode is accommodation and food, and 4th episode is all about scuba diving and the true Maldivian lifestyle. Stick with us, we'll be happy to have you, we promise you'll love it. The Maldives are an archipelago in the Indian Ocean made of 1,192 coral islands grouped into 26 atolls. An atoll is a ring-shaped coral reef that encircles partially or completely a lagoon, offering calm inner waters perfect for snorkeling. Atolls are also country subdivisions, or regions if you may, each governed by its own province. You might get confused with the amount of islands, atolls, and variety of names there are. That's exactly why we prepared maps to help you out. Down in the description, you'll find a section called Maps. There are 2 links, one for a general map with detailed available activities throughout the whole country, best places for snorkeling, sailing, scuba diving, etc., and another map with all the locations we visited on this episode. Print both and take them with you. We'll also teach you towards the end of the video how to save a handy offline map with Google Maps so you never get lost. So let's take a look at that map we just showed you and let's learn how the Maldives look like first. These are atolls that form the country of the Maldives. There are 26 in total and each and every one is appropriate for specific activities. We know, for example, that the south is famous for the aggressive tiger sharks, thresher sharks, white-tip sharks, eagle rays, mantas, and a British royalty sunk wreck. Most tourists go to the south for scuba diving since it's so full of adrenaline. Check Vuvamula Island, the most famous for tiger sharks. The center is famous for hammerhead sharks, huge schools of fish, reef sharks, whale sharks, mantas, and many fish varieties. The international airport is located in this part of the Maldives and it has the highest concentration of luxury resorts. The north is famous for its green turtles, mantas, nature-protected biospheres, rich coral reefs, and soft corals. It's the best place for scuba diving, calm waters, super safe sea life. Only harmless sharks visit this area, reef sharks and whale sharks. Generally speaking, the east coast from center to south is best for surfing. Only 200 islands are inhabited and 80 others have resorts only. Each island, in order to be inhabited, must have a hospital, a port, a school, supermarkets, and some other facilities. If such requirements are not met, such island cannot be inhabited. Its population is of 300,000 inhabitants. Over 90% of the state income comes from import-export duties and tourism-related taxes. Alcohol, pork, drugs, and extravagant bikinis are banned on inhabited islands. However, resort islands don't have such limitations and exist in a bubble, where almost everything mentioned above is allowed. Now that we got the introduction out of the way, let's start our beautiful experience. We chose Ihavandhippolhu because it's small, out of the radar of most tourists, and still has fair, reasonable prices. Most of the surrounding areas are protected, intact biospheres, rich in sea life with beautiful clean white beaches. Ihavandhippolhu is a fisherman island. You'll find fresh fish, humble people, and get to know the real day-to-day life of a true Maldivian. We chose it also for its easy connection to the main city of Malé, a 30-minute flight for $117 one way. Now, if you want to know an easy good trick to take that fee down a bit, listen up carefully. Try speaking to your guest house or hotel and see if they are willing to purchase the tickets for you. Some guest houses do that and give you their rate instead of the airline's one. Since they're partnered to those airlines, they get a small discount. We paid $185 return ticket instead of $235 per person. Since we were two, we saved $100, which isn't bad, right? Another trick is using the same strategy for luxury resorts. Since Ihavandhippolhu is an inhabited island, alcohol is therefore banned. However, just right next, there are some islands resorts that do have alcohol. If you really need your dose, you can speak to your guest house and see if they can arrange a day at the resort. Depending on how many guests choose to go with you, you might pay very little for the boat. The guest house can call them and inform them that there are many guests coming over and they might give them a good rate. You could end up paying less than the fee they usually ask. But that is completely up to the guest house you're staying at. If they're super kind, they usually are, they'll do as much as they can to entertain that discount. Add the locations we visit on this travel guide to Google Maps and download the offline map. To add the locations from this episode, make sure you go to the video description below and click on the map link we have provided under Map Locations. Either print the map or save each location on your phone by tapping each red marker on the map, then scrolling down and tapping on View in Google Maps. Then tap on the place name and finally tap Save. Done. Once you've saved each and every location on the map, open Google Maps and tap the Option tab with the three lines on the upper left corner. Tap on Offline Maps, tap on Select Your Own Map, drag to the area you want to save until it covers the area we visit on this episode, and once ready, tap Download. Once you visit this specific area, you'll be able to get navigation without internet connection. Usually it's very accurate and makes traveling smooth and easy. Cool tip, huh? That wraps up our introduction to the Maldives and Ihavandhippolhu. Next episode will focus on top things you need to know before going to the Maldives. They could save your holiday from getting ruined. Hit, click, or smash that like button and subscribe for more. By doing so, you're helping us reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers.